Have you ever had that video that you put hours and hours into and you thought this is going to be it, this is going to blow up my YouTube channel? You upload the video to YouTube and nothing. Crickets. But it's an amazing video. How can that be? Well, how do viewers know it's an amazing video? You have to tell them that. Think about it this way. When you go to the supermarket and you see a candy bar that looks disgusting on the packaging, would you ever consider buying it and eating it? Because the thumbnail of your video is the packaging of your candy bar. So your video should look delicious to watch. It took you 2 hours of research, 2 hours to write the script, 2 hours to film the video, a whole day of editing. But how much time did you spend on the thumbnail? If it's literally the one thing that stands between getting the view and not. To be honest, my thumbnails take me sometimes 2 to 4 hours and sometimes even a day to make a good one. Not taking your thumbnail seriously or spending enough time on your thumbnail is absolutely a monumental beginner mistake. And the only way to make good thumbnails for every single video is to make the thumbnail before you start recording a video. And don't record a video before you have a good thumbnail, because this way you will literally never have bad thumbnails on your videos again. And when we're on the topic of thumbnails, this is the biggest mistake that I see beginner creators make when it comes to thumbnails. And to prove my point, I'm going to flash 2 thumbnails on the screen and you tell me which one you'd like to click and why. Okay, that was quick, but how long do you think that viewers stay on the YouTube homepage to decide which video to watch? And how many videos do you think that there are on the YouTube home screen at a given time? 20 or so, including those of Mr. Beast. And it's harsh, but the ones that are hard to understand will not get the click. Viewers simply won't bother. And both thumbnails, by the way, could be for exactly the same video, but one is clean and simple and the other is not. Overcomplicating thumbnails is a really big mistake that I see creators all the time make all the time with their thumbnails. Stick to 3 or 4 objects and don't do puns or internal jokes or whatever, because those take too long to get for viewers. You have 1 second to grab viewers' attention. Make it count. Okay, and here's the absolute golden nugget that big YouTubers use all the time. Go to the YouTube home screen and screenshot the thumbnails of the videos that you'd like to click on. And note down why you'd like to click on those. Because if you do that a lot and do that often, then you will notice that you start to train your brain a bit on what makes a thumbnail clickable. And that knowledge you can apply to your own thumbnails. And if you think you lack the skills to make a proper thumbnail, you can let someone on Fiverr make a thumbnail for you. I also would recommend to check out my Thumbnail Secrets video training, because I'll teach you step by step how to make a clickable thumbnail. The link is in the description. It really helps your reviews when you know what works on YouTube. What do the big creators do? What is trending? But how can you know that when you don't spend time on YouTube? So I would recommend to spend more time on YouTube just to see what works and what doesn't. If you want to write a good book, it helps to read a lot of good books to know what makes a good book. And this is the next big mistake, not spending enough time on YouTube. Because you're spending time on YouTube, you behave like a viewer. And just like with thumbnails, your own behavior on YouTube tells you a lot about how viewers of your videos behave on your videos. You start to think from the perspective of the viewer. And not only why do I click on a video, but also why do I abandon a video, for example. And look at this audience retention graph. Audience retention graphs tell you where viewers leave the video. Look at the beginning of the video. I lose 19% of my audience because I said 3 words. And those 3 words indicated to viewers that I'm wasting their time. That's almost 1/5 of my audience that I lose at the beginning of my video that took me blood, sweat and tears to make them click on that thumbnail. That's 19% that will never reach the end of the video. That is 19% that will never click over to other videos. And that 19% could make the difference between a viral video and not. And only because of those 3 stupid little words. And what were those words? Hello, I'm Dexter. And the same applies to bumpers, by the way, those animated intro thingies at the beginning of your video. Because why would you as a viewer want to watch that? You don't. In other words, you're wasting their time. My general rule of thumb is get to the point of the video within 10 seconds. And I'd like to screw with the minds of the people that didn't watch the entire video. Ask me in the comments, how can I use a bicycle bump to blow up my YouTube channel? And this is the next mistake that I see creators make all the time, is not looking at their audience retention graphs, because it literally tells you what viewers really think about the video. If it's boring, they click away. If it is interesting, they'll rewind. And when you have a stark decline in the beginning of your video, you either didn't deliver upon the promise and expectation of the title and thumbnail, or you didn't get to the point quickly enough. And a good metric to look at is your average percentage viewed at 30 seconds. If it's around 80%, that's really good. Between 70 and 80%, that's okay. If it's below 70%, it needs some improvement. And remember my 10-second rule that I talked about earlier? My best average percentages viewed at 30 seconds were with the videos that start delivering value at second number 0. That's 1, 0. 0, 0, 0. Okay, and now imagine you are on YouTube as a viewer and you finally found a video that is so incredibly good and you think, well, I need to see more of that. So I'll subscribe to that YouTube channel. But the first upload you get served on your YouTube homepage is a video that is completely different as what you subscribe to. How likely are you to watch that video? Well, probably not. And this is a really big mistake that I see beginner creators make. They think, well, yeah, I'd like to upload whatever I like. But broad content is the absolute #1 growth killer for a YouTube channel. Because viewers don't have exactly the same interest as you as a creator. But then how do you know what viewers really like to see? Well, I'll tell you in this video right here. You can also hire me as a coach for your YouTube channel. The link to book a call is in the description below.